You see, one of the things that most Nigerians out there will be wondering is, why do we still have this position where we're still doing the talking? I mean, it's not today that your agency came into being. It's not today that the Ministry of Technology came into technology. Indeed, Nigerians were asking, where is the core of Army engineers? What are they doing to help? Where do we go from here? How do we move at this point where we are? The Minister of Agriculture has said there won't be any food shortage. What's the plan on ground to ensure that you listed out short-term, medium-term, long-term? Immediate things is alleviating the situation. So where, step by step, if possible, how are we moving?
You see, the differences between developed countries and developing countries is literally availability and application of technology. And you cannot start now putting arguments for a nation that is trying to move to the higher level and assuming sentimentally that it is already at the highest level. This country has recognized the value of knowledge. That is why today we have over 120 universities to breed the critical mass of knowledgeable people to tackle some of these problems.
The 120 universities, would you say they are at the level they're supposed to be in terms of quality?
Of course. Look, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. The quality of Harvard University compared to Ahmadu Bello University, you can compare them like that. Look at Ahmadu Bello University, you find that they have buildings. Harvard University also have buildings. So it's buildings, it's okay. Next level, they have teachers and professors and PhD holders. Harvard also have teachers and professors and PhD holders. So again, you can compare. Then students, both institutions have got students, so you can compare. But when you come to the highest level of question, Harvard probably gets billions of dollars coming back to the university because knowledge that is applicable to industry is going out. You look at Ahmadu Bello University, that is not happening, right? Harvard, you see experts in areas that can solve this kind of thing are being reeled out every year to instantly enter industry and provide solutions. Then here we have institutions that are not, meaning that the process of moving our academic institutions to provide the intellectual property that matter has challenges. And this is now the difference between developed and developing countries. And therefore, that has to be addressed. How do you address that? To turn an institution to mimic the institutions of developed countries. You look at it, there are vice chancellors, therefore the vice chancellor must change. This is now bringing you back to the transformation. The transformation agenda is not just transformation, everybody is just saying. No, transformation is changing to the next level. So you are leading a university.
Is the change physical or mental?
Both.
Okay.
Both. If you are a professor, your research strategy must be based on needs. So by now, out of the 125 universities, at least the information we have, nearly 60 to 70 universities have got faculties of engineering, faculties of agriculture. Now, what should come out of these faculties should actually mimic the solutions that should tackle flooding, if you know what I mean. This is now the transformation, and this is not just talking. And this is, you will see that the Minister of Education is stressing that it has to be on need. Minister of Agriculture is telling you that the challenges of this flood, yes, they are there, but it may turn out to be an opportunity for us to take if we are able to cough out these kind of intellectual capabilities.
Don't you think that the government has, at the moment, the challenges notwithstanding, that they've failed in deploying technology to solving this problem or even preventing it, other than NIMET giving projections in terms of specifics? Because if they got those earth-moving equipments, the satellite, because nobody has any information of where, how it has been deployed, they could have actually given specifics. If they had noticed something unusual is going to happen, other than NIMET just coming up with that generic rain coming through in November, increasing the rainfall pattern, specifics, where will be affected, how, suggest actions that can be taken. They failed.
See, I am a government person, right? And I'm sitting here as an expert in intellectual property and technology acquisition and technology transfer. I am the one that advises my minister on this particular specific ideas. My minister is the highest level of advisor to the president when it comes to science and technology matters. So this is the chain of government. But don't be unmindful of the fact that you have a country that is trying to emerge, that is trying to develop, and this development depends on the critical mass of skilled manpower coming out of your institutions and applying their skills instantly. Don't instantly run and start comparing Nigeria with the United Kingdom, Nigeria with Japan, Nigeria with United States. That is a level that we aspire to get to. And therefore, what you see, floods coming, in fact, Nigerians or Nigerian government should be congratulated in the sense that you cannot believe it. There is no African country that have ventured into space technology at the level that Nigeria has, not even South Africa.
What do we have to show for it?
Now you see that we're talking about the mitigation strategies on flood. If we did not have a space technology, we will just sit like this and we will not even know where it came from.
So we can't talk about the prevention strategies.
Now this is why we're using content to be able to go ahead. In addition to that, we have a specific communication technology ministry. This is now, again, is an indication of the transformation to say that we're going to go digital in order to solve these kind of problems. We now have specific transformation in agriculture. That's why the minister is talking to you confidently that, look, we're looking at this and we're going to turn it into opportunities because of technology. So these are the strides for transformation. And you cannot just instantly start seeing outcomes and performance indicators when the flood is still setting. But we are not sleeping. All of us are talking about it. And therefore, definitely, this is the process.
You've said that the Ministry of Science and Technology cannot do it alone because you do not have all the capabilities to do it alone. It therefore means that you have to work with a host of other ministries. Yes. And even at the state level. I think we only have a Ministry of Science and Technology at the federal level. Correct me if I'm wrong. How do you function at that level, trying to get information across to all the people that need to get it, and also to the state governments that could be affected in light of whatever it is that happens?
Well, the re-emergence of the Ministry of Science and Technology at the federal level, the ministry has recognized the significance of this particular sector, literally covering all sectors, to also happen at the state level. I'm happy to report nearly 3/4 of the 36 states and FCT have now got dedicated ministries of science and technology to ensure that we are linked to move down to the grassroots. Secondly, working with other ministries, I'm again happy to report that just recently, the Federal Executive Council approved a new policy of science, technology, and innovation. And two key components of that policy, which is new to Nigeria completely, is that first, we're going to have a national research and development fund, meaning we're going to take research to the highest level. We're going to tackle these kind of problems using superior knowledge. We're going to ensure that we provide funding for professors and PhD holders who are looking at flood, canalizing, capturing land, and so on and so forth. 3, in that policy, one of the best tools for coordination or getting science and technology to penetrate and change an economy, which was approved by the Federal Executive Council, is the formation of the National Science, Technology and Innovation Council, chaired by the President himself. And the membership of this council is literally a mini Federal Executive Council, where water resources is a member, finance is a member, health is a member, education is a member, science and technology is the secretariat, and so on and so forth. This is the synergy that will bring the effectiveness of science and technology, where if we see flood like this, flood is not just making people destitute. You know, it is water that is now going to be polluted, and it will affect the health sector. Therefore, the research is not just in moving water, but also has got to do with purification. It has implication of agriculture. Therefore, the technologies, the research and development has to look at agriculture. It is also education, because it is the education that is going to bring the high capacities to address these things. It has physical infrastructure influence. Therefore, works must benefit from the research and development so that the roads, the culverts, and so on will be designed to cope with this, and so on and so forth. So with these two developments, it's a clear indication that Nigeria is going to change. This approval is just some few months ago, and therefore it will take time before you get the synergy taking effect and moving us to the next level.